the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. We are waking up to some cloudy conditions out there, but we are tracking a storm system as we head through your afternoon. So definitely keep it here. We'll talk about that, guys, in just a bit.
Breaking this morning on DC News Now, the district on high alert after a violent start to the weekend. Over a half a dozen people sent to the hospital after a mass shooting. We're going to be live with where the investigation is coming up. Plus, the most commonly used abortion pill in America saved by the Supreme Court yesterday, but why its future ahead isn't so certain. And later on, cashing in on data collection. If you've had a Facebook account at any point in the last 15 years, listen to this. You could be entitled to some money. How you can get your cut of the check. All of that and more coming up on a busy Saturday morning. We're going to start you off outside like we do every day. The wind absolutely whipping the camera around right now as we take a live look at Reagan National Airport. Certainly not a day to fly in the DMV because, again, it is a DMV first warn day. Brittany Ward joining us now from the Weather Center as to exactly what is causing this first warn day. Brittany, good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Yeah, we are tracking a storm system as we head through your Earth Day today. So any outdoor activities, you want to get them done in the morning or tonight because during the afternoon, that's when things begin to get active. Satellite and radar showing you the overall picture. We have some clouds across the area. You head further off to the west, we're starting to see some showers trying to inch their way into Garrett County ahead of a cold front that we are going to be keeping our eye out on as we head through your Saturday. Here's a look at that. Moving out of Columbus, Ohio, currently on top of Pittsburgh right now. This will continue to inch closer as we head through your day today, and that's going to spark up a few showers and even some thunderstorms that could turn severe. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does have DC, Richmond, Raleigh, and even Philadelphia under a slight risk for severe weather, and that's a 2 out of 5. And then you head further off to those mountain counties, we are under a marginal risk. And the main threat we're going to be seeing today will be those gusty winds. Right now, we are quiet. Temperatures on the warmer side, 65 here in DC, 64 as you head over there to Hagerstown and even Frederick. But highs today will be struggling to get out of the 70s. So definitely keep it here, Joe. We'll time everything out for you guys in just a bit.
All right, that is Brittany Ward to start us off there from the Weather Center. As always, Brittany, thanks so much. We are following some breaking news as we come on the air this morning. A mass shooting in Southeast D.C. sending at least 8 people to the hospital. Police this morning now working to find whoever opened fire at not one, but 2 separate locations overnight. Our Tosin Fakila live in the studio this morning with what we know right now. Tosin, what are investigators saying about the connection between both of these shooting locations? And at this point, we are unfortunately learning that one of the victims is a child.
Yes, Joseph, that's correct. One of the victims is a 12-year-old girl. Now, let's talk about the locations. Both streets where the shooting happened are about 4 miles from each other. Right now, D.C. police say because of the proximity of both streets, they believe both shootings are likely connected, and they're investigating it that way. But they are still digging into what exactly happened. Police say the primary scene is the 500 block of LeBaume Street in Southeast. The other scene, 2nd Street Southeast. Investigators say the first shots fired call came in at about 10 p.m. last night. When officers got on that scene, they found multiple people shot, but they say their injuries were not life-threatening. While on that scene, they got the call about the second scene, and that's where they say that 12-year-old girl was shot. They say she's in stable condition. Her injuries not life-threatening. Now, at least 8 people shot total. Police say 7 men at the first scene and that little girl at the second scene. Police say what happened last night is completely unacceptable.
For some reason, you have some people who think that it was okay to fire a firearm at multiple individuals at 2 different scenes, and we're not going to let that stand. And so again, we're asking the community, please, anybody who knows anything, to give us a call. We have no idea what the motive is. I can assure you, though, that we are going to get to the bottom of this. This is unacceptable.
Now, police need your help to find a black Mercedes-Benz. Witnesses from that first scene tell investigators they saw the black Benz drive through the block and started shooting people. Anyone with information that can help is asked to call police at 202-727-9099 or text them at 504 911. I'm Tosin Fakile in the studio. And Joseph, this is just a very disturbing but developing story at this time. Back to you.
Yeah, very disturbing indeed. A scary night for a lot of people in the district. You can go to dcnewsnow.com to stay up to date with the information that we are getting in. Again, that is our Tosin Fakile reporting. Well, the U.S. is on track to break a record, but it's not one of those records. The Associated Press and USA Today, they both keep tabs on every mass killing that happens in America. And according to their database, the U.S. is setting a record pace this year. The dots you're looking at your map coming from the Gun Violence Archive, they show different locations of all of the mass shootings that have happened this year. Just last week alone, 4 people were shot and killed at a Sweet 16 party in Alabama. Up north in Maine, another 4 people gunned down and killed. So far, 111 days into the year, 88 lives have been taken by 17 different mass killings in the U.S. A big problem. The AP describes it as, quote, replaying the horror on a loop roughly once a week so far this year. 8:05 this morning now. New details coming into our newsroom about the car that plunged in the Anacostia River in D.C. 3 people died in this incident, and we're now learning the rescue may have been delayed. It seems first responders were sent to the wrong area at first. Take a listen to a clip of the 911 call that we got.
You guys find anything yet?
Nothing yet. We're searching the South Street Bridge right now. I just got off the phone with the plane. She's outfitting the Frederick Douglass Bridge.
So the car dove into the water under what you just heard there, the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge, late Thursday night. But crews were mistakenly sent over a mile away to the 11th Street Bridge. D.C.'s Office of Unified Communications, they are now investigating why that happened. And of course, once we get any answers from that investigation, we will keep you updated right here on DC News Now. In the meantime, over to Montgomery County now, where the principal of Earl B. Wood Middle School, this is in, again, Montgomery County, they are responding to disturbing allegations involving a security guard. Varvey Daughtry was on administrative leave until he was arrested last week. Police say he showed porn to a student at the school. Court records also reveal he has served time for robbery. Now take a look at this, a letter that was sent to parents. The school's principal calls the allegations troubling, reprehensible, and contrary to the principles and values of Montgomery County Public Schools. She says the guard has not been allowed on school grounds since that investigation began back in December, and he was originally placed on administrative leave. All right, developing now, an abortion pill approved for use all the way back in 2000 will, for now, still be legal. That decision coming from the Supreme Court yesterday. The question, though, what is next for the pill that's been used more than 5 million times in the country? Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson explains.
The White House responded to this ruling from the Supreme Court, saying it stands by the FDA's evidence that the abortion medication is safe. President Biden going on to say in a statement that the stakes could not be higher for women in this country. A small group of anti-abortion demonstrators rallied outside of the Supreme Court Friday.
This will determine how pro-life the justices are.
They called on the court to keep the ruling from a federal judge in Texas in place. The ruling struck down the FDA's decade-old approval of what is now the country's most common abortion medication.
When it comes at least to abortion drugs, the FDA has acted in what appears to be a pretty arbitrary way.
Thomas Jipping with the Heritage Foundation says the case is less about the abortion debate and more about the safety protocols used by the FDA.
I think we should all expect that when government agencies like the FDA make decisions, that they should follow the law.
While the case is appealed, the White House asked the Supreme Court to put the ruling on hold.
FDA has the right to approve.
Regardless of the Supreme Court's decision, Democrats in Congress say they will keep pushing for nationwide protections of reproductive rights.
And that means a much more active Congress in pushing back when the Supreme Court does absolutely stupid things that rob women and rob people generally of their rights.
And this issue is already front and center for many heading into the 2024 campaign. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson, back to you.
All right, Rashad, getting us up to speed on a very, very important issue for sure. So what is next for the controversial abortion pill? Well, now that the Supreme Court has blocked the restrictions, as we just heard from Rashad, the actual case over the pill can continue through the courts. The 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals will start hearing arguments on May 17th. A panel of 3 judges will hear arguments and eventually issue a decision. From there, both sides have the chance to appeal and either head to another appeals court or directly to the Supreme Court. However, another tie-up in this case, SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, is on break through the summer and won't return until October. So for now, again, this abortion pill, based off of that decision yesterday, is still legal. You're talking about 809. The missing middle controversy continues in Arlington, Virginia, where homeowners are now suing the county. You might remember the missing middle plan was approved by the county board last month and is scheduled to start in July. It's going to allow up to 6-unit buildings in areas that have been previously set aside for just single-family homes. The lawsuit was filed by single-family homeowners and claims that local lawmakers approved the plan too quickly and without considering the impacts. We have a lot of previous coverage on this issue. If you just go to DC News Now and type in missing middle, you can learn more about that controversial plan. In the meantime, we got to send it back to Brittany Ward there in the Weather Center because it's a busy one today. No sunshine today.
Absolutely, Joe. It is the DMV first warm day, and yeah, like you said, not really going to be seeing lots of sunshine today. Overall, it is going to be a day you would like to be weather aware. 75 expected to be our high, but then we are tracking a few showers and storms as we head through the afternoon. Behind a cold front, though, we're going to be seeing those cooler temperatures. Mainly struggle to get out of the 60s as we head into the work week, but at least we got sunshine returning to the DMV, so definitely keep it here. We'll time everything out for you guys in just a bit.